everyone around here from Butcher and Brews show live from Meatstock in Sydney, here with Roger and Sindy from Clonakilty. How you guys doing?
Oh, so
Good, man.
Yeah. What an incredible show.
I know.
So many people. Sydney is just absolutely
Now you guys have been
amazing.
to like 3 Meatstocks, right?
Yes.
Which one's your favourite?
Sydney.
Definitely Sydney so
Yeah?
far. Yes, yeah.
Right, that's awesome.
People here are amazing. Not saying that people in Toowoomba or Melbourne aren't amazing, but Sydney's just turned it on. I mean, the weather's been fantastic. The crowd turnout's been amazing. We've had a great time. And we've almost sold out of our complete stock.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
You had a fair bit left in. I ran into you guys for the first time in Melbourne. You did have a bit of stock left, didn't you? So.
Yeah, we did. However, luckily we've got so many fantastic customers in Melbourne.
Oh, excellent.
That we sold out after the show, which was awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's dig into how you guys started. So, how did you get going in the food industry? What drove the passion? Where did it all start?
I guess I'll start. So, I've always liked to cook, but pretty much of how we've gotten to the stage so far.
Yeah.
Back in 2017, Cindy, she basically enrolled us into My Kitchen Rules NZ,
Yeah. Nice.
which we both competed in.
Awesome.
2018 show.
Yep.
It was a roller coaster. It was great, but some highs and lows.
I will interject. So he loves fishing. Okay. So like during winter, I was watching MKR. Roger was fishing, and
I get a text, and she's like, "Hey babe, I've entered us into My Kitchen Rules," and I didn't think that we'd get through, so I was just like, "Yeah, cool, whatever, sweet." Fast forward like 4 months, and then we entered MKR.
Yeah.
So I guess for me personally, that was my my personal journey into into the food industry. I'm a musician.
Oh, cool.
I'm a drummer, so music has been my passion and been my background for such a long time. But obviously, I enjoy food as well. So
yeah.
So for her to, I guess, enter us into My Kitchen Rules, that was the start of my kind of journey into the food industry.
Yeah.
And the reason why we put him on the grill is because he got a 9 for cooking an ostrich steak.
Yes.
Which I've never eaten before or cooked before.
He was called the grill master by
Pete.
By
So
Pete.
Oh,
I got,
excellent.
I got
Yeah.
a 9 for my steak, but
ostrich steak.
yeah, ostrich steak.
That's
yeah.
unreal.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never even eaten ostrich, let alone even contemplated steak. Right. Where does the steak come from? The ostrich from a bird point of view?
Oh, so it's the fillets.
Oh,
It was
right.
ostrich fillets.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So beautiful, absolutely delicious.
Yep.
Quite complex to cook right.
Yeah.
But he nailed it, especially when there was a typhoon in Tauranga at the time, and he had to cook it on the balcony.
I heard
So
that. That's
that
unreal.
was fun.
In
That
the
was
dark with no
fun.
lights on the barbecue.
That's
Yeah.
unreal. And I mean, so I think you were saying before, it's a 4-month journey that you went through there, and you guys have kids.
Yes.
How did you balance all that?
Good question. So it was actually I was lucky that my dad was staying with us at the time. So we
Okay.
got pretty much 24 hours notice to say, "Hey guys, you're about to start your filming tomorrow. Pack your bags. Basically, you won't go home until you're either eliminated or you've won it."
Wow.
So I had to say to
That's
Dad,
intense.
Yeah.
That's
"Hey Dad,
intense.
can you look after the kids?" He's like, "How long for?" I'm like, "I have no idea. It could be like a month. It could be 4 months."
Yeah.
It turned out to be 3.5 months. We got through to the quarterfinals. So,
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
but it was overall it was an interesting experience. Yeah.
Oh, so awesome. So I mean, obviously, that was 2017. You said.
2017 was the prep for it. So 2018 is the season that we
Yeah.
filmed.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And it was aired on TV and NZ on 2018.
Okay.
I believe it's been played on over here on Channel 7 occasionally, like once a year around November.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
That's unreal. And look, obviously, then I mean, Clonakilty. When did that happen? Straight away, or was that a passion you had? Where did that start?
So we decided to move to Australia, and because I've always been in the food industry, I've always worked with companies with meat, from Bid Foods. It was Bidfest originally, working for meat companies.
Yep.
I noticed Clonakilty had a position available, and I had lived in Ireland, so I
right.
travelled from Dingle all the way up to Dublin. My
Cool.
sister-in-law is Irish. I have 3 nephews and a niece in Ireland.
Cool.
So I know a lot about the heritage, the passion, the people that are just so incredible, and just the dynamics were so amazing. And knowing I'm always up for a challenge,
Really?
it was black pudding, white pudding, and Irish pork sausages. And
Oh, wow.
the biggest challenge for us was to educate the public that it's not a dessert, even though it's called a pudding.
Yeah.
And just the
Definitely not a
heritage,
dessert.
yeah, just the heritage behind it.
Yeah, right.
So Clonakilty is actually a town in Ireland, in Cork, and the recipe was developed by the Twomey family, and it's been in the family for over 70 years.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So the owner goes to her secret spice room once a week, blends the spices, and then she ships it over to us here in Melbourne. Well, not in Sydney, but Melbourne.
Wow.
And we have an artisan butcher there called Peter Bouchier that produces the products exactly to the T how it is produced in Ireland.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been working with this?
Just almost 2.5 years now.
Okay.
2.5 years. And it's been such an incredible journey because a lot of people, my challenge is people come up to the stand, for instance, and they go, black pudding, I will never eat that. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever had. I don't even know what white pudding is. I don't like black pudding. I'm not going to try it.
I don't know what white pudding is.
Yeah. And I think the smell firstly draws into the stand
Yeah.
because Roger's so great at the way he cooks.
Grill master.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the grill master. And when we explain to them how the product's made, where we get our beautiful quality ingredients from, and just the heritage behind the product and the versatility, meaning you can use it for so many different dishes, and
Yeah.
it just enhances it. So the world's best burger has Clonakilty black pudding on it.
Wow.
It's called the Bleecker Black.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So we're trying to integrate our products into everyday recipes where you can use it because it's fortified. So it's great for old people, great for babies,
Yeah.
great for youth. Your iron content in just one disc is enough for the entire day. So I mean, if you're going,
Oh my God.
you know, outdoors here in Australia, people love running marathons. They love doing triathlons. You just need to have a Clonakilty breakfast
Yeah.
with a black pudding, white pudding, and sausages, and you're basically sure to win the race.
So I mean, okay, that's Cindy's story. So you were on a fishing trip, and Cindy calls you up and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're going to start Clonakilty." How did you get involved?
Oh, so basically, yeah. I guess like the thing with MKR, she asked me back in 2020 if I'd help out at the original Meatstock that unfortunately got cancelled
Yeah.
because of COVID.
Yep.
If I would help her out on the stands
Yeah.
cooking the black pudding, white pudding, and sausage. So,
Oh, cool.
That's
Well, he doesn't
why
only
I'm
do
here.
that. He literally, anytime I need it, I'm like, I need you at the factory. You're going to help me
Yeah,
out.
that's true.
We're going to do this and this and this. And he's always there, which is fantastic. So
Stock take,
it's like a
packing
family business.
hampers, that kind of stuff, you know.
That's awesome. And you guys are based in Moorabbin, I think, in Victoria.
Yes, that's where our factory
That's cool.
is. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
And so do you ship Australia wide or?
Yeah. So throughout the year, we've just started doing hampers. So it's everything from Christmas hampers. So 10% of Australia is either Irish or has Irish descent.
Wow, that's cool.
So it's a huge target market that we
Yeah.
have, and people, especially over COVID, being so far away from home, and they're so patriotic, and families are so closely knit in Ireland that when they were separated for those 2 years, how do you show somebody that you love them?
Yeah.
You send them a hamper.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we've got the most loyal, amazing customers that every time we do things like hampers for Christmas, for St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
for Mother's Day, Christmas in July, we get the repeat customers and new customers, and we ship nationwide.
That's
And
unreal.
we deliver these hampers, and we love to add extra value. So like we get like Irish magazines, and we put that
Oh,
inside
cool.
of it, and we write little personalized notes, handwritten notes from the parents.
Yeah.
I got a phone call the one day, and I was like, "You've got my details. You've got my phone number. Who are you? What do you want?" And I was like, "Well, you ordered a hamper." So she's like, "I wasn't me." And we found out it was her mother trying to surprise her because she really missed her daughter and
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanted to make sure that she felt like they missed her from home, and that she
Yeah,
could have a
that's
little
awesome.
piece of home
Yeah.
here in Australia.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's talk about the products.
Yes.
So the black pudding sausage.
Yeah.
And things like that. How is that made? Are you able to share much of it?
Yep. So I can't obviously tell you the secret recipe.
Why not?
Because
We're not recording.
only the owner knows, Carlette, exactly what the secret spice blend is. That's why she mixes it herself and she ships it to us.
I just want to pause on that for a second.
Yes.
That is amazing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, she's so passionate.
You got that's just one of those things where like you're holding on to something, but still sharing it, but then holding on to the authenticity and the natural side of things, which is amazing. Black pudding.
Yeah. So black pudding's usually made with pork blood, and that's why people automatically go, no, I'm not going to have it. It's offal. It's going to taste disgusting. And to be honest, I've tasted black pudding in the past, and I wasn't 100% fond of it just because of the flavors and the textures. Our point of difference is we make our black pudding with beef not pork.
There we go.
So it's got this mild, beautiful flavor. It's kind of like, when you're grilling up a really great steak and you get those juices?
Yep.
That's the essence of the black pudding.
Wow.
So we import dehydrated blood powder from New Zealand, from grass-fed cows. We bring it in, reconstitute it, mix it with groats.
Yep.
Groats give it this beautiful nutty texture, and it's just flavor and texture that's just incredible. It just really enhances it. The secret blend of spices, onions, and salt, and that's all that's in it.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
And is that the sort of same for the white pudding as well?
White pudding, obviously the spice blend is different.
Yep.
White pudding is made with pork meats, so pork trim, and but it's also got groats, onions, salt, and then the secret blend of spices.
Nice. I know we've got a few products to just trying to go through. So shall we have a quick look and see what you guys have?
Absolutely, absolutely.
A handy help over here. There we go.
So our black pudding is available in Woolworths. On the back of the pack, it tells you exactly how to slice it.
Yep.
If you want to know how to cook it perfectly, the grill master
I'll cook it.
is every single person that has tasted it has basically said, how did you cook that? Because that is phenomenal.
So how do you cook it?
So you cook it basically on a very, very low heat. So if you notice in the sausage itself, you can see that little white speck. That's the beef fat.
Oh, right.
So you basically cook it on a very, very low heat.
Yep.
And it cooks in its own fats.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you cook it like a medium rare steak.
Oh, right. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And how when you say a disc, what sort of disc size are we talking?
So if you look at the back of the pack.
Oh, wow. So kind of it's like the
tells
butters.
you exactly how to cut the product to make it perfect. And it's around 4 minutes on each side.
Okay.
And it gets crispy on the outside and nice and juicy on the inside.
Yep.
And the white pudding would be exactly...
We'd show you, but we sold out.
It's
So this is the
invisible.
packaging for it. So.
The invisible. We sold out of everything.
It's so clear. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you obviously do some pork sausages as well?
Absolutely. So these are also traditional Irish pork sausages.
Oh, yum.
Called Ispin in Ireland.
Ispin.
Yeah.
Cool.
So every single person, an Irish person that has tasted these sausages, absolutely raves about it.
Yeah.
Very, very basic ingredients. Again, secret blend of spices. And it's just so delicate, and it has the most incredible flavor. A lot of products that you eat, you normally have to add like sauces or salt or pepper. Not with any of our products.
Really?
It's just so delicious.
Except some brown sauce with the black pudding.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we're also developing new products. So these are the only 3 products we do at the moment. We're mixing our black pudding into our sausages.
Ooh.
So you'll get black pudding specks that bring out those beautiful juices that is going to be absolutely outstanding when we come out with them.
Well, Roger's going to have to fire up the grill straight after this interview because I need to try this really badly.
Yes.
And I've got to try and hunt some down. Now, obviously you deliver online and things like that. Where will people order?
European food stores.
Yep.
Selected IGAs. If your IGA doesn't have it, you just give them my business card. You tell them you better stock this product in your store because IGAs are independently owned.
Yeah.
And they will call me and they will stock it in their store.
Oh, we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Woolworths does our black pudding.
Yep.
And soon we're going to have our white pudding listed in Woolworths. It should be at the end of this year.
Nice. And if you're ordering online?
If you're ordering online, Peter Bouchier, again, European food stores. So it depends where you are in the country. If you're in Western Australia, we've got European Foods.
Yep.
Here in Sydney, we have Irish and British, we have Taste Island, we have Crown Store Convenience, we have Breast in the Hands. There is a number of stores that have our products.
It's everywhere. I love it. I love it so much. Now, Cindy and Roger, so good to chat to you guys. Thanks so much for coming on and having a chat.
Thank you.
And it was good to see it every single Meatstock as well.
Absolutely.
And are you guys going to go to any other festivals in the next?
So not this year, but we do have big plans for next year.
Oh, keep us posted.
So keep your eyes open, and we will be everywhere and anywhere that our amazing products can be.
Thanks, Roger and Cindy. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
See ya.